What's up? What's up? What is up? And welcome to the Dr. Ali Griffith Show, Mindset, Meditation, and Motivation. I am super excited about what the launch of the Legacy book. We are in the stages where we are finally ready to let you know the physical book is available. We want to thank you in advance for our number one best-selling status on the business platform in two different spaces. And today I am going to be sharing with you another experience of another one of our amazing co-authors, Lucina Clarke. Before then, I want to make sure you know who I am. I'm Dr. Ali Griffith. I am your business coach and strategist, helping you to navigate the spaces of taking your ideas into profitable businesses. I love doing intimate events and supporting you with your sales strategies and just having fun in the space, but also making profitable wins. And we get a chance to talk about taking that idea and launching it into a business, and or having a business and launching it into the next levels. How do we do this in spite of challenges that may show up in our lives? What I'm super excited about this book is that it doesn't matter what chapter or where you look into the book, there's a space that helps you to navigate your business brand and helping you to aspire towards creating more generational wealth in spite of whatever blocks that may show up. Today, I'm super excited to invite you and introduce you to our one of our amazing co-authors. Her name is Lucina Clarke. She is an author, a special educator, self-care expert, executive director, and co-founder of My Time Inc. Incorporated, a support center for parents and caregivers of a child with autism and developmental disabilities. She began the journey by educating and empowering parents, not only by receiving services for their children, but helping them to become more aware of their self-care needs and to make it a priority. And then she shifted, because she's still doing that with My Time Inc., but now she shifted into her own space, her own personal brand, the Lucina Clarke personal brand. We call her Lucina the Diva, as she has now released her own book where she is empowering women with her Divas method, helping them to find self-care, to love on themselves, to do the things that sometimes we don't think of. In 2020, when COVID-19 was surging through the world, she was given a vision to create. The idea of writing a journal, however, it wasn't just a journal. It was the kind of journal that was about discovering, investing, knowing, and becoming one's authentic self. Through her journal and the Divas Discovery method, she encourages every woman to step out of their comfort zone and to be elevated in discovering their authentic self. She's also a mom of two, Kia and Wayne Jr., the grandmother of Ashton, Eric, Gyro, and granddaughter Charlie, Ashlyn, Elena, and Anaya. Migrated from Trinidad and now resides in Brooklyn with her husband, amazing Wayne. And like all of that, it was a lot, right? But all of that to say, she is the one that made me put on lipstick for y'all. She is the one that made me say, wait, before I come on, let me touch up the makeup and elevate the game. And she did it without even saying it. Now, that is a brand, right? A brand is when you show up and people just sink into you. Like, you don't have to say anything anymore. You don't have to tell people to put on your makeup by showing up. And I'm teaching as we're talking and describing and helping her to understand that she's in a space now where sometimes she doesn't even have to open her mouth. She's already impacting those around her. She was an incredible being. But where did you think about, wait a minute, I think I want to take this, I have this space over here where I'm an executive director in one space, but let me look into Lucina Clarke, the brand. What was that space that made you think that, for those who have something already and thinking of moving into the personal branding space?
I taught when this COVID came, it shut everyone down. Even me transferring my executive hat into this new divas hat of finding my own self, it allowed me the space to find myself. We started doing the Zoom meetings the night with my amazing parents, my awesome mothers of a child with a disability, whether it's autism or something else. And I was like looking at these amazing, beautiful women who were generally and losing themselves in their children and forgetting who they were. And I'm like, nah, we got to discover ourselves. And I said, you know what, as an educator, Dr. Ali, as teachers, as, speech and language pathologists, we want to communicate the right things and positive things to our parents. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to create this Divas journal, which is a discovery journal, I got to discover myself. So listen, I've always been a big chick, I always say, but I'm a big, sexy, gorgeous chick. And I wanted to make sure that I kept myself healthy. I kept myself well. And if I'm teaching our parents about self care, I got to understand what is my self care and what is my self discovery. So I started that journey of starting to walk. And I just started getting crazy with all these steps. You have that Fitbit, you want to make sure how much steps you're getting in. So I started doing that. And I started on this journey of the physical self-care, because as you see in the Divas Journal, it's about that emotional self-care. It's about the mental self-care. It's about the emotional self care, the sexual self care, the spiritual self care, and then finally the physical self care, which is what made me change myself in my thinking. How am I physically taking care of myself? And the physical aspect came into the nutritional piece and the exercising piece, the physical. And I started walking like crazy. And then every day I've increased my steps and walk and walk and walk. And I start seeing a change in my own health, in my being. Your skin glow, you have that sweat, you're glowing, you're excited about your new being. So that was when my journey began. And I said, you know what, if I'm having this journey and I'm teaching these amazing women, I gotta be the teacher and I've got to be the practitioner. I have to do it myself in order for me to make that impact. So that was the greatest moment. This COVID brought a lot of sadness in our lives, but it brought so much outlets for us to find a space to discover ourselves. So I want to thank you for even allowing to give me this space to grow, because I've been with you for a while. And I'm like in out, it's like, am I ready? Am I not ready? And that also during that time gave me that space to say, you know what, when we did our last trip in the room, I was like, this is time for me to really get out and really discover who I am as I go there to elevate. One thing I say about elevating, transforming, and transcending our ladies into a different level of excellence, of grace, integrity, and yet have that humility in what you're doing.
We had a path beyond this. We had to navigate through this space before I even got into the entrepreneurial world.
Mm,
And through that, we began to realize that we were more than what we were
mm,
doing in one space. And well, we welcomed you into our tribe. You became tribe family. Everything is Diva Lucina. You got all the other ladies elevating their game, including your coach. And to me, like I said, it was when that we began to realize that you were other things outside of
yeah,
the My Time Inc., the executive director space that you have, but there's another path for you in which God needed you to also take
yes,
steps. If you were to talk to a lady right now, another professional, another high achiever that already has a space where she's giving so much time and so much energy, she's developed her nonprofit or another business, but she knows there's a calling in our life. She just feels like when she puts her head down that there's something else that she's supposed to do. What words of encouragement would you help her to navigate towards the other side where sometimes you feel like it may be too late? Like, I got a whole thing working here. God, really? Why the other part? Like, what do you want to tell her?
I think first we have to dive into our own self awareness, knowing that we're missing. Because I think as women, we have these intuitions and we feel good about who we are. And then sometimes we feel we lack something, and then is when we have to really dive deep and start asking our questions. Who are we really? Like we talk about the Bible. Whose am I? I'm an image of love of God. He created us, and He said, "I was loved." Psalm 139:14. I'm wonderfully and fearfully made, and we have to start thinking that all the time. We have to believe it. We have to know we have abundance, we have prosperity. So when we start digging deep into ourselves, let's find the time to find our talent. Let's find the time to see, what? I am worthy of doing this task despite it. Yes, I will have challenges, but there is so much opportunities for us to just dive into. But again, knowing how the time, which comes into our chapter, because you and I always had this discussion about, Dr. Ali, I don't have the time, I can't find the time. But I realized during the research of doing this, which I'm so honored to be in doing this legacy book, it was like, how am I choosing my time? And we have to realize that time is such a value. I say it's a precious commodity. And as a woman who may have a husband, a wife, may have whoever, a partner, whoever, you have a big family, and you can't seem to find the time, you have to make the time, because that time is with your health. Who we choose to spend our time with gives us that positive impact. It gives us the effect that we need to touch other people's lives. And we do, because I did find the time, because now you do that ease and flow and saying, let's do that 30 minutes. Like, I'm talking about getting into my new development. You said 30 minutes for 10 days, and you can continue doing that. So we have to choose our time very, very, very cautiously. As we move on to a different level of our lives, the time, that precious moment, that commodity is so, so important. It's vital to your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, how you delegate the time. So you're able to listen, girl. I spend my time in the morning. If it's not the riding the bike, if it's not taking the walk, going by the beach, and doing that moment for me. You think I like getting up early in the morning? Not all the time, but you
Right?
have to invest in that time piece, and that's for anyone out there. Make sure you find the time for yourself. It's quite important. Lock up the bathroom for the last 10 minutes, lock up yourself in there and find that time.
So, segue into the fact that Lucina's chapter is called Time Freedom, Finding Harmony in Time. Her first line says, "Time is a gift." And she says, "A gift is supposed to be free, no intentions, free giving, and without any strings attached. Freedom to receive and accept with love in harmony. Time freedom simply means to choose where to spend your time and choose who to spend your time with." And she was just going diving deep into that. Now, she said, "I wrote a journal called the Divas Discovery Journal, a journal that helped women discover and invest in a variety of ways to know and become their authentic self." So, some of you guys out there listening, I'm like, I know I need that book. We're going to place the link so you can have access to that. It's a self exploratory journal that allows you to look into your spiritual, emotional, physical, and our fun part for the tribe, and your sexual selves. This journal teaches strategies on how to discover and build your confidence,
Mhm.
focusing on the importance of self care and giving you the permission to unapologetically say yes to yourselves. Lucina also shares 6 tips and strategies that she uses in her business. She refers to them as time freedom and finding harmony in time. So I'm going to share with you 2 of those tips, because to get the other 4, you got to go to launchthelegacy.com.
Yes.
So the 2 that she says, and I'm just going to choose random 2. And I love the ones that I'm choosing randomly. Work in your flame, not in your wax. Don't do the things that drain your energy. Do what you love. You will then enjoy that time. Create harmony. Harmony is created where harmony is sought. Ooh, y'all better tweet that. Make sure you at Diva Lucina. Make sure you at Launch the Legacy at Dr. Allie Griffith. Make sure you let me know, because that's a hot one. And the second one she wrote was out of the 6, because all 6 are divalicious. Well, Diva
Yes.
Lucina like this. Be creative about how you manage time. Find ways to do what you need to do, yet still allow yourselves to spend time doing other things that brings harmony in your lives. So in other words, navigate your space. As
Yes.
entrepreneurs, our life can be crazy. Use time freedom to create a life where you build in free time, family time, and personal time in your daily life. When that is accomplished, you can certainly find harmony in time. What are you doing now and what's next? Tell them where they can find you. If you have the book around you, feel free to hold them up or let them know where they can get access to you and
Yes.
know what's next for you.
Oh, what's next to me? I love one of the things I
The book
love
up.
is my
Wait. Hold that book up a little longer. Let them take a snap picture here. Snap your picture if you're watching. I'm gonna get rid of the. Well, this is what I have. So, all
yes.
right, go
Oh,
ahead.
God.
It's the proof. Moving into published. All right, great. Now go ahead and share with them what you have coming up.
Um, the one of the things I felt after doing the divas, I love to entertain, I love to cook, and I was talking to my coach, Dr. Ali. And listen, I love food. Food is sexy. Food is erotic. And one of the things I'm thinking of creating a special cookbook. I'll be like a story. So stay tuned. I'm praying to get it out on my birthday, December 13th, as the gift to myself. All this time that I pour my love and my energy into it. So I'm working on that. So just keep me in prayer, high vibrations to keep that going. And Dr. Ali already gave me a great tip. Use your recorder, tape. If you just take 30 minutes a day for the amount of chapters that you want, it can be done. And I'm holding that all in high vibration. I'm so grateful to God for connecting me with this amazing woman here as a mother, too, as a woman, to know we are women. We pledge our lives to our husband, our children, and our family. Let's start pledging ourselves to us. As you continue and as you continue to learn who you are and you discover, listen, the journey is not easy. There will be challenges. There'll be some days you don't like yourself because you might gain 1 more pound or something, but honey, you still got to love yourself. And dig deep. Ask yourself those pertinent questions. Who am I? Where am I going? I talk about doing a self awareness discovery assessment. Take time and do that for you. It is worth every moment as you start uncovering, unveiling, releasing. Honey, I'm telling you, you'll be just like the diva. So follow me at Diva Lucina on Instagram, and I'm using my business page, Lucina Clarke LLC, on Facebook. I have my Divas chat room. If you're interested, you can just DM me and just be. And my Friday nights, Favored Friday. Ooh, 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 girl, I'm telling you, favors. And it's all about your self awareness and self discovery and self care. So, Dr. Ali, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being in this space of my life right now to help me, myself, as a diva, elevate, because the diva means discover, invest in a variety of ways in knowing and becoming your authentic self through your emotions, through your life, your spirituality, emotional self, and your sexy self, honey. You don't need to be skinny or fat. You're just sexy. So this is the diva. Thank you, Dr. Ali. And it's such an honor to be among the other 15, other 14 women who
Right.
have written this book with love and your guidance. It never is easy. But you know what? We have done this for them. We're looking forward to the journeys that we'll be having together. Thank you so, so much.
Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for saying yes, and for showing up and for pouring into others. I love that idea of the self discovery divas assessment, where they can do 10 questions where they're just checking in on themselves.
Yeah,
So hopefully in a few months or within a few weeks we'll have that as something as a freebie that we can give you so you can have
excellent.
access to do your own assessment. That'll let you know where in the book to go, how you may need it. If you see yourself on the lower range, find out how you can work with Diva Lucina to help you to get more into the higher range, and then what support do you need. Do you need to attend one of her live events? Do you need to attend a phone call or one of her
Mhm.
group coaching classes that she have? Or do you need one-on-one time with her where you can reignite that diva that's within you that you have pushed down for way too long and it's time to bring back to surface? Um, it's amazing and it's an honor to serve with you. Ladies and gentlemen, our launch legacy book, we want you out there supporting this book. Our goal, my goal, is to get it into at least 1 million homes with at least 500,000 eyes on it. We want to
Mhm.
make sure that everyone have eyes on this, so they not only are reading it, they're internalizing it and they're creating that, so we can change the world from the inside out. And you could be part of that mission. You can be part of that space where we can support each other. We can share it. You can buy one. You can buy three for your friends. If you're in a facility and you want to buy a bunch, if you have a book club and you guys want it to be for your book club, find us, find out how you can get a bulk discount. Info at drallygriffith.com, and we'll have access so we can support you to help us getting into more homes. We thank you for your support. We thank you for what's ahead, and we are looking forward to all the families, whether there's the mamas and or the babies, that also have their own business brands as we are expanding our worlds. Continue to be amazing in all that you do. Continue to be amazing in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Continue being amazing simply by being you. Now go out there and launch the legacy. Have a blessed one.